you are a man of God or just a child of God and you're trusting God for a spouse, one day God decides to answer your prayer, but he comes to you and he says, I'll give you a wife or a husband, but the person is not going to be faithful to you. What are you going to do? You will think it's the devil speaking, right? And you will say, God forbid. I would forbid it for you as well. Let me tell you a quick story. So there was this man of God, a powerful, anointed man of God. That powerful man of God who is so popular in town, not just for his anointing, but also because he's one of the most eligible bachelor. You got that right? Everyone wanted to, sisters were all around, Kula ministry, they were trying to help him, they were trying to, those kinds of things, just so that in case. This man had been asking God, I have served you, I have lived my life for you literally, and you've given me everything, and so I appreciate. But there's just one thing you have not given me. When are you going to give me a wife? Somebody I can call babe, somebody I can call darling, somebody I can call sweetheart. Probably some of his friends have even gotten married, possibly even had children. But this man was not married. One day, God was coming to tell him that he has provided his wife for him. It's time to get married. He runs to his friend. His friends are like, we must pop champagne for this matter. At last, everybody is happy. Man of God, share now, who is the person? And then he realizes that God has not told him the name of the person. So he runs back. God, you told me my wife has come. Sorry. Tell me the name of the person. So God says, it's Goma. Go. Did I hear you say Goma? Let me tell you all something about Goma. Goma was that lady on the streets, the prostitute. Everybody knew her in town. All you needed was a little money, a little amount of money, and she's lying down on your bed. She's that one who is always available for a one-night stand. I says, God, you are joking now. God, even if it's the test, can you be serious now? God tells him, I'm serious. Oh, that's the person who is your wife. So, he finally goes to Goma to propose to her. I could imagine him going to propose to her on the streets. And then he goes on his knees. Goma, would you marry me? You know that epic, what's that song? Marry me. And then everybody's like, this man was, something has happened. Something has happened. People are putting on their phones. People are going live on social media. Bloggers took the headline. Popular man of God marries a prostitute, marries a this. It went viral. He didn't really mind. He took her straight to his house. She has become his wife. And this is how this Goma of a girl moved from being a prostitute to being a wife. From being a street girl to being a pastor's wife, to being a prophet's wife. This was how this prostitute moved from being a nobody to becoming somebody, moved from being somebody who had no place to call her own, was literally just walking around, now had a home. Perfect life, isn't it? And everything is going well, right? One day, this young man will come back from work or church, or wherever he went to, and he would get back home to realize that this woman has left. Her things are no longer there. She left the children and she was gone. God has finally decided to bless me. This test, I knew it from the beginning when he said I should marry this girl. I knew it that it was a test. I knew it was a test. And probably I have passed the test. God has finally taken her away from my life, and God comes to him and says, you said what? It was no test, and I did not take anybody from your life. Your wife has left the house. Go look for her. Oh, what are you saying? What are you saying? That I should go look for her? Guess where he found her? He found her in the house of another man. This lady she was committing adultery. She was being unfaithful to him. But was it a surprise? God had told him beforehand that she was going to be unfaithful to him. She comes on with him. One day, he realizes that all the children she had in his house were not his children. They were children of other men. Again, he comes home and she's gone again. Another man loved her and she wanted to be in his arms. Goma had left back to the street where she came from. She had gone back to the vomit she brought out. The same man who broke her, she's gone back to him. The same people who wanted to kill her, and this time they had sold her into slavery. So they kept her in the middle, and they had run courses on her. They had done a lot of things, and all the men stood around her and they were bidding on her. They were saying, "Oh, I'm going to take her for about 2,000 naira." This one was like, 2,000 naira. She's too cheap for 2,000 naira. Let's make it 1,000 naira. And then they were bidding, and somebody was saying, "Okay, you know what? Not because she has so much value, but just because I want to bid something that is more than what you guys already have on ground. So yeah, let me just give you guys about 5,000 naira for her." It was somebody's life they were bidding for like this. That's where the story becomes even crazier. God tells this young man, in the midst of all of these things that is happening, he says, "Go back and get her. You're not just going to get her, you are going to show her all the love that they wish to show." God, oh, why are you doing this to this young man? He walks into the place and he said, "Please, who is the highest bidder here in this thing you guys are doing?" And they said the highest bidder is 5,000. I said, "Okay, 5,000. I'll pay 15. I'll pay 15, and the 15 I'm going to pay. Actually, let's make it 25 because 5,000 naira. There's like 20,000 naira extra just in case one day she comes here again. You have no right whatsoever to touch her anymore. I am paying for what's going on right now, and I'm paying for every other mistake she's going to be making in future." And so he goes, pays that price, gets her, takes her home, and then she's like, "Oh, my sweetheart, I'm so sorry. Don't worry about it. I love you so much, and that's all that matters." And she looks at him. Is this even possible? Is this real? Is this love really real? How can a man come to pay to get his wife back? Now, let me break this down. At first glance, this story makes no sense. Like, God, why would you tell such a man to marry that kind of woman and then living his life in one problem to another, chasing after a woman, going to help her, and all of that? Lest I forget, the name of this man was Uzziah in the Bible. Uzziah and his wife called Gomer. And every time I try to make sense of the story, it just doesn't make sense until I put myself in the position of Gomer. Every time I put myself in the position of Gomer, everything suddenly begins to make sense. I am Gomer. We are Gomer.